Bleacher Seats podcast here. We are finally in the building for the first time in over a year. Andy Scott has graciously flew down here to Georgia, and he's here to tell us about himself. We never really had an Andy Scott like fully welcoming Andy to the podcast. He kind of just jumped in and we ran with it. So he is here. How you doing?
Made it. Took a lot to get here, but I'm here.
Microsoft crashed. You almost didn't make it.
Yeah. I wish that we would have had better circumstances to get here, but we're here.
I was gonna say you made it. That's all that you can do.
I've been doing a lot of work while I'm down here too.
No, you haven't. Work?
Yeah. I have to not step on dog poop.
Oh.
You know, smokers like me have to, do some outside work. And
can we talk about your epic sports weekend fail you've had? I mean,
I don't know if it's an epic.
That was one of the worst bowling performances I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, that was.
You redeemed yourself finally. On the back nine of putt-putt.
If you've seen the movie Kingpin, obviously my hand should have been shoved in the ball returner, and it was rough. But I was doing it for the kids.
I feel like the stress of that carried over into the start of your putt-putt round, and that's what prevented you from loosening up. And because it did take you to the back nine, and back nine, you were a completely different person.
I mean, I'm the Tiger Woods. Obviously, on my putting performances, I wasn't great. I didn't know that I was in the game, so much that
came on like Shoffley at the end.
You say in the final card that I only lost by 2 or 3.
Yep.
But I had 5 strokes to make up on the back nine, and I kind of did. And you were like, "You're just making twos." But I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of state. I don't know where I need to be on any of this. But
now we're gonna blame that. The putt-putt or the bowling alley lanes are all the same. I've never been there either.
Hey, you want me to talk about it, and I can tell you. It's just I felt really good last night when we went to the bowling alley, and I threw gutters all the time.
You did win a big prize, though. You won 1,000 tokens on something.
Well, yeah, but that's arcade games. But
I mean, you got farther in that than you did at the bar, so that was one.
Well, no, I would have got farther at the bar if the bartenders would have actually served me drinks, but they didn't want to.
Should have wore the Florida shirt. You probably would have got a better reaction. You at least got a reaction, I'm sure. We're here.
I just went straight JCPenney, and clear as day.
Are you having a good time at least? I know it's
rain. I've had the best time. I've had the best time.
This is the most annoying rain ever. Because literally, like, I've been hyping up all year. We did this. We did this. Like, rain, and more rain.
Oh, I'm in the rainforest, the tropical rainforest.
I mean, it's like so muggy and rainy. It's fogging up the inside of the house. Like,
yeah. I mean, sometimes I don't even know if I'm at Niagara Falls or Ohio. The weather's been terrible.
The weather has been terrible. It has been terrible. It's like every time it would start to come out sunny today, then you were like, "Oh, I just heard thunder." Yep, back inside I go.
Yeah, I mean, and every time I go out, then I got to take dogs out. It's terrible. It's work.
It's not work.
I thought the dogs were running away today. Oh no, we're just going.
They'll just chase something. They'll chase whatever, and they'll come back. Yeah, Skylar will. But you've made it here, so I guess we'll get right into it. Is there anything you want to talk about to start the show, or anything?
No.
Any comments from this weekend?
Oh, that I've been one of the greatest college football players, NCAA 25, one of the greatest college football players of all time. Let us be known that Garrett tried to bring Michigan out over the great Ohio State, and I beat him 38-0 on the first game of all time. And he says, "Oh, this game's so hard. It's so hard. It's the hardest game I've ever played."
I didn't say that.
No, I smoked him.
I'm bouncing
I smoked
back
him. And his 7-year-old kid smoked him. He could have scored a touchdown for 2 days.
The DB plays a little hard.
Well,
tackling wise, but we're getting it.
I was getting user picks. I was getting user picks.
I threw the ball 20 yards underneath every time.
I'm just saying.
It was nice to have. Like,
you said, "Do you want to say something?" And that's what I said.
Fair enough. That's it.
Michigan lost 38-0, and he'll tell you, "Oh, this is the only time State's gonna see."
I mean, it's kind of true.
Then beat Michigan.
It's kind of true.
Yeah. Well, there was a 10-year run.
So we're here. Like I said, we didn't really get an introduction into the life of Andy and who he was. A lot of people know you for your comedic approach.
Oh yeah.
Your very outgoingness.
Yes.
And your loudness.
Yes.
So behind all that, who is Andy Scott?
So I think it kind of started though when I look back on it when I was at Andy Candy Bar. Need to eat, but best to save for a special treat. Back in 2nd grade, I wanted to get the lead role and the
what? The school play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks for helping me there. That's probably why I didn't get it.
Do you know what the play was?
Well, it was Tilly the Tooth or something, and I just had to play the cavity role when I was a candy bar, and I was Andy Candy Bar, need to eat, best to save for a special treat, and I had a one-liner. And in 2nd grade, I was like, I don't know, I'm a shy kid, and then I kind of, changed up later on and started talking more and being like, oh no, you can't say that, and became funny. I want to be Peppermint something, and no, I wasn't trying to get in Candyland. The game had been out.
So you were just trying to get in like
Willy
Wonka's chocolate factory?
Well, and everybody wanted to do that. They wanted to get the golden ticket and stuff. But yeah,
you would have played a great Willy Wonka. I will say that. I feel like
probably
a strong role for you. You might have missed your calling on that one instead of me dragging you down here to do a 10-view podcast episode.
Well, and that'd be a great casting call by you. I've tried out for celebrity game shows or.
See, that's what I'm saying. You moved down here. You work at the Publix. The filming industry is right here. I don't know the sign you need.
Maybe.
So candy bar incident, your theater career, did it end there?
No, because that was in 2nd grade. And then I tried to get on celebrity shows or at least reality TV. I tried to get on Big Brother, and that was probably about 6 years ago.
So no Naked and Afraid or
no, I tell you 2 things. One, never. I always say to Jenna, it's like, oh, I'd love to be on Survivor, but I can't live outside like that. No. And so I would never be on Naked and Afraid because, we actually do wear clothes on the one show, and then the other show we're not going to wear. It's hard to get a blowjob these days, and you definitely don't want to get that from a snake. No. And then that thing swells up. Now, obviously, it's going to get bigger, but you might have to get it cut off.
I don't think at that point you're getting it cut off. You're just dying.
Well, and you get it sucked because they're like, "Oh, suck this out on me, suck this out of me," and I don't want that.
No, I
Like
don't think anyone does.
that's a bad blowjob.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I almost died, and I got
hear
head.
a story recently, and for some reason this touches on it, brought my attention. Over in China, I believe, a man got arrested going through basically like TSA, Port Authority, for having 100 snakes in his pants, live snakes.
This guy should have done porn.
Like, I don't know if he's trying to like smuggle them to sell them. I mean, that would be the
here's
obvious
what
thing,
hot two, and you got to do that 100 times.
That was an embarrassing rendition.
What?
That Hawk 2.
Well, nobody's doing impressions of her right now. If I wanted to, I'd spread my legs, and that's what she's doing. She's doing OnlyFans. You can't Hawk 2 on that many dicks.
That's funny.
That's a lot of dicks. They'd probably call it Niagara Falls.
All right. So back to your acting career.
Well, I was never an actor.
So Big Brother, no the challenge.
Well, if I got on Big Brother, then I probably would have been on the challenge, okay. But then I probably wouldn't have done that because it's too physical. Like I can't even throw balls anymore.
True. And you'd have to be like hanging on from a helicopter.
Yeah, I can't do that. Like, let's go to the park with the kids. I can't do it.
So what was the first sport that Andy played?
Well, T-ball. Back when it was T-ball.
Okay.
You remember when you used to play T-ball and they were like, "Oh, let's put a ball on a tee," yep. and
it still gets there eventually.
And you could like put your glove under your chin and you're 4 or 5 years old and you were doing that way. It was called T-ball.
It's still called T-ball.
No, because by the time you're 6, they're just like, "Oh no, it's coach pitch. Now it's coach pitch."
It's still called T-ball. We have like 4U T-ball and 6U T-ball.
All right. Well, then I suck.
I mean, you're also 43 years old.
I'm not 43.
Close. So T-ball for you was back when, like, it was basically a bar, like a ball of yarn. Like that was the
no, that was yarn ball.
So
that passed up the alphabet.
Stickball. You're playing some stickball on the streets of Minerva.
Shit. No, it's T-ball. You put the ball on the tee. It was basically golf, but you got his higher tee that you were doing. It's like, no, these guys haven't retired yet, but these are young kids.
And that was where your love of baseball started.
We're gonna play. This is how we're gonna play.
That was how your love of baseball started.
Yeah,
I tried to get you to find it again. We tried to get you to find it this weekend. I'm not even allowed to have the Dodgers.
Well, hey, you can't play sports when it rains all the time.
True, but so aside from that, you graduated. What year did you graduate high school?
2003.
2003. The late 90s, early 2000s. What were you jamming to in your cars back then?
Scrubs
by TLC?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're just getting all the guys in the car. And
on the passenger side. Only because when we were getting out at Taco Bell, we wanted them to open the door for us because we were so drunk. We couldn't even do it, but
who was going to open the door for you?
The Scrubs.
That's wow.
We made them doormen.
All right. Interesting. So, all right. So you were listening to Scrubs, and that was it.
Oh no! I mean, sitting on the dock of the bay.
What is that?
I don't know. Some guy wrote that song in like the 60s or 70s. Watching the clouds go.
So 2003. All right, this is when you're fully into sports by then. I mean, like
obviously.
Okay, so your teams were who?
Well, I mean, at that point, it's all Steelers.
Okay, all Steelers, just the Steelers.
Yeah, we're locked in on those.
Those are the only team you liked was the Steelers.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's the only team. I mean, it's life.
I know of other sports too.
By the time in 2003, I'm like, give me Pittsburgh Steelers more than anybody. And
then you met Jenna.
Well, that was 20 years later. Or not even. But, you know, I remember a time when I was in 8th grade and we're playing Denver in the AFC Championship game, and I'm at basketball practice at this point in time, and everybody's like, "Oh, we practice," and we get out of there, and everybody's like, I don't know, they were saying shit, and I just get my bag, my basketball bag, and I pull out a table towel, and it's probably halftime of the game, and I know you're loving this because it was the John Elway days, but you were probably in diapers.
I was not
in the time, and I'm trying to get it home by halftime, but I'm just waving it and waving it, and I did this a lot to know where you need to be as the Pittsburgh Steelers saying you always got to carry a table towel around.
I don't think anyone does that. Do you carry a table towel with you around now?
When I need to.
When you need to? What does that mean?
If the moment,
like you're going to the hood, you gotta have your table towel.
If the moment, is going to dictate the moment that you need to have a table towel, you always have to have a table towel. And I hate to bring this up. Hey, there was an assassination attempt the other day, and somebody had a table towel there. Like, you have to have a table towel on every moment that matters.
This is ridiculous.
And somebody will have it. And then somebody had it. And I mean, Jen will be like, oh, we got to take Caden to, orthodontist appointment. And if you're riding down the road and you feel like you need to swing one out outside the car window, you'll do it. Like, you just know when you need it.
I guarantee you in your life, you have never just on a random freaking Wednesday drove down the road with your terrible towel out.
Yeah. Window. You will know when you need the terrible towel to come out.
Running out of time if you haven't done it yet. So you don't always.
What, this week? I didn't need it.
I'm saying, when have you ever rolled down the window on a random Wednesday and waved your terrible towel?
And sometimes you just do it.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
No, you have not.
Yeah.
You have not on a random fucking day of the week just be like, you know what? I gotta wave this terrible towel around.
I mean, I've done it. I've been mad.
While I'm listening to TLC.
I've been mad that I didn't have one on me because I'd be like, this was the time where you needed a terrible towel.
So what was your reasoning for picking Pittsburgh since you lived in Ohio?
It's a good story. Okay. It's a good story.
Like good stories?
Well, it's a bad story, but it could be a good story. No. So, like when I was 2, the size of that box over there. But no, my mom tried to make me a Browns fan, but my grandpa was a Steelers fan, and we were up in the rafters all the time, and you gotta pick, and he'd smoke his pipe.
Up in the rafters? What do you mean?
Well, because we had to watch games in an attic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And, he'd drink his Diet Coke, and, and this was in, like, 92, I believe. And I wanted to root for the Steelers. He was a Steelers fan. My mom was a Browns fan. I said, Grandpa, my great grandpa, I'm going to. He said, you can't root for both teams. You can't root for both teams. And I said, well, then whoever wins this game today, I'm going to root for. And then
you were 2?
No, about 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was right before they hired Cowher. Belichick was coaching the Browns at the time, probably. But Eric Metcalf returned a punt for the win, and the Browns won the game. And
so you should have been a Browns fan.
Yes.
So okay, so your life has been a lie.
Yeah, but not because.
So you're probably the reason for the curse. Maybe it's you.
I was actually out in the yard, like throwing the ball up.
You might be the cause of all this, because the Browns were still like respectable around that time, like in the NFL. And if you were supposed to be a Browns fan and you said, no, I'm going to go back on my word, and think about the course of the history after that moment.
Yeah, well,
you might be the most interesting man in the world.
No, I mean, I want to be. The thing is about it is when Art Modell chose to move the Browns, they should have just let it be, as the Beatles would say.
You could say. I mean, there was also the fact that, like, they did bring a lot of good business in for the NFL. I mean, no matter how bad or good they were.
I mean, I thought you would have thought that was saved.
I
thought the best business Cleveland ever got was LeBron James, but
it was. But Cavs aren't selling out on every game without LeBron. You know, the Browns will sell out every game with nobody, with freaking Ty Detmer at quarterback.
Imagine that.
Colt McCoy getting knocked out, knowing he's going to get knocked out.
I'll tell you a thing. When I did, and I'm not going to say that I loved the Browns, but I did have a thing for them. And it was Bernie Kosar, and I thought it was a good thing. When they got tested already in there, I was like, who's this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Who's this guy? But he was actually pretty good. And he was a thing. But I was off of it. And then, in 92, the Steelers, or it may have been 93, 94, or whatever, when they hired Cowher, and they played a wild card game against Matty Schottenheimer of the Kansas City Chiefs, who used to be at that point in time a very important figure in the Browns' longevities.
Well, not just that, a lot of Chiefs fans don't know that there was actually quarterbacks before Patrick Mahomes. So
Joe Montana, Trent Green, Alex Smith.
Well, I think that's as far as they go back to is Alex Smith.
But
that's when the franchise started.
But we lost that wild card game, and I was so sad. I cried. And then the next year, the Steelers, I think it would have been, they went to the AFC Championship against the Chargers, and we lost. And I cried. And I cried again. And then we finally made it to Super Bowl 30 when we beat, the Colts in the AFC Championship game. And it was on a Hail Mary throughout. We defeated it, but the referee called it a catch, and it could have been like the most devastating thing ever, because I was like, oh, we're going. But the ref called it a catch, and we would have never been able to, do a instant replay on it or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was on that great turf, but we made it, and then we lost in the Super Bowl. But that, like, I've never looked back since then.
How many? I know you've been. How many Steelers games have you been to?
I want to say 30.
30. And then how many different stadiums have you been to? I know you've been to Cleveland.
Not many. Okay. I'd say five or six, but I don't know. What? Tell me what you're trying to ask here.
I was asking how many different NFL stadiums you've been to. Like, I didn't know how many places you've traveled to see the Steelers play.
Well, I mean, if you ever want to go someplace and travel and actually have a good time, go to Indianapolis.
Okay.
Like, that's the most fun you're ever going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about who you play for. Like, they just think about Peyton Manning the whole time.
That's true.
So, You know,
what could have been with Andrew.
No, he gave up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They still think about like what could have been with Andrew.
Yeah,
Luck.
yeah. I mean, Pat McAfee talks about that all the time. I thought it was going to be so great, but no, like, you lost your quarterback.
Right.
I thought we had a second coming on Big Ben, but he just got like old.
Who? Oh,
like,
yeah. So you've been to? Oh man. So you've been to where then we'll say what, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati,
yes.
Indianapolis,
yes,
Baltimore,
no,
Philadelphia,
no.
Oh, okay. So that's where it ends.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. I think I've just been to Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincy, and Atlanta.
Oh, all the same places I've been.
Yeah, they're all like so close to each other.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I swapped out Atlanta with your Indy.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Andy Scott in high school. What are we doing? We're a jock. We punk rocker. Ladies man. Well,
I don't know. I'll tell you this. I think I lost out.
Were you man the sock hops?
I think I lost out on a lot of puss in high school. I chased around one girl too long. I lost out.
So not a ladies man. All right.
Well, I mean, I was a ladies man,
were you
but
playing in sports?
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I was playing. I was worried about being disco champion. You know,
disco, yeah, okay,
disco
champion,
and I did that. Ha ha ha.
I mean, you're really not that old though.
Well,
we're talking.
Well, no, but when you were dance back then, that was like in the thing.
My bad. Yeah. So, were you playing sports or
basketball?
Basketball in high school
at a minimal because the coach wanted to keep me out, but that's fine.
You had some hate for you,
maybe.
Like
I didn't work hard enough.
So, let's see. All right, so we did the high school thing.
You really do have like notes?
No.
I
don't have anything.
All right.
You think I have notes for this?
I don't know.
No.
So waiting for my cigar.
We can't smoke the cigar inside.
I know.
We'll smoke one after this. All right. We'll smoke one after this. Yeah, because we were supposed to do this outside, but Mother Nature decided to rain all day. After I just built a nice fire pit and everything, rushed to get.
It worked hard.
It's a lot of sleepless nights just for it to rain all weekend. Yeah. So let's see. I still want to know. I don't feel like we know who Andy was in high school. Were you a troublemaker? Were you
like
a quiet kid?
Let me tell you this. I didn't. I sucked at school. I didn't go to school to be school.
Okay.
I grew up. My house.
You didn't go to play school?
It was literally across the street from high school. I get out of bed at 2 minutes after you're supposed to be at school. I'd get there every day. I never miss a day of school. I'm actually like one of the perfect attendance people of all time. I never missed. You know why I wanted to get to school? Because I wanted to hang out with the people that I loved, and I talked to them every day. I was like, "Oh, we're getting to hang out," and it was the most fun that I ever had, and I never did good.
Okay.
But I was nice to the teachers, and they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna give this guy good grades," and people will still talk about like that teacher was so mean. Why were they so nice? I was like, "Oh, I was just nice to them."
That's so funny.
And I see them all the time, and they still talk to me, and they're mostly of them are math teachers, which is funny that I'm actually pretty good at math these days.
But see, I'm not good at math anymore.
But 5 + 2, you can still do that. 7.
Jesus, I would hope so.
Probably how many Super Bowls the Steelers are at by the end of this year. But Well, next year, but
okay. Yeah, Russell Wilson's really gonna ride you there, huh?
I'm not saying anything about that. That should be the names on my underwear. But that was the thing. Is like I was never good at school. I was just good at making people like me, and they passed me.
Gotcha. That's funny.
So I got through, but I never missed a day. I'm an all timer.
What were we doing on the weekends though?
Oh,
what was Andy doing on a weekend in high school?
Biz. Well, junior senior year.
We could do both, whichever one.
Well, junior senior year, bizzing.
Oh, okay.
Freshman sophomore year,
kind of figuring it out.
Sleeping. I mean, I remember one time that I made my mom take me to Blockbuster, and we're gonna rent some Madden, and we need it for PlayStation 2, and they gave us the PlayStation 1 version, and that stunk. And we had to drive all the way back up there to do
that's
that.
what people don't understand is like the fact you have to you would rent a movie to get home and it'd be messed up, and it was either like ruin your whole weekend or you just spent 45 minutes going back there.
Yeah, like, it's tough times. But yeah, later on we did some things. We did some other things, but we can't talk about that.
I mean, we can talk about whatever you want.
I remember a time where we on spring break, I think it might have been junior or senior year, where we're spending it, in a garage drinking beer, and we're like, oh, we need beer, and we give these kids, well, I guess we can call them kids now, but they were 21-year-olds, and like, hey, go down the drive-through and get us 4 24 packs or whatever. And they're bought out. I was like, oh, probably because we already bought them out earlier in the week and we'd already drank everything. So we had to get like Keystone Light.
There's no way you bought a drive-through out of beer.
Yeah.
I feel like the other kids just didn't want to do it. Did you get your money back?
No, because they wanted to hang out with us because we had good-looking women.
That were probably illegal for them to talk to.
No, they were 18.
This is a fishy story. So you're hanging out drinking beer. See it?
I mean, who doesn't do that?
No. We used to have a parent that would buy the beer for us. Like it was like one of the things where like he was like, "Look, you guys are gonna drink if we're whatever. Like you're staying here though. Like I will buy you the drinks, but you're staying here."
Yeah, and the thing is like sometimes it was a battle though, because like they were like, Mom's kind of hot. Who's gonna get it?
Oh my gosh! And then everyone went to sleep at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, and then we wake up and you'd be like, "Got it, got it." You guys said I had a small one, but she put it in her hands, and yeah.
And I had a wet dream.
No. I mean that kind of stuff happened too.
So after high school, where are we at? What are we doing? Because
dropped out of college.
Where'd we go?
Kent Stark.
Dropped
out. I got involved in my work.
What was your work?
Grocery business. It's a great business. We feed America.
Supply and demand, always in need.
If everybody doesn't know, after sometimes in this country, everybody's going to eat, and we will feed America. But
this sounds like a freaking campaign speech. Keep going.
Well, I mean,
an open spot. We will feed America in 2025.
The thing is, everybody, laughs at grocery workers and stuff, and they don't realize how bad they need it. But in 2020, 2019, those kind of things is like I realized that I was in a business that America really needs and they rely on. But back then, like I just realized I was like, I'm not even going to school. I'm just taking naps in parking lot where I actually work. So I'd work 3 to 11, but I'd have class at like 8 o'clock. And I'd just go to the parking lot at Giant Eagle and get Taco Bell and eat in my car and just sleep in my car until I had to go to work.
At least you were probably never late. Wait, were you ever late for work in that time?
I wasn't wasting gas. I'll tell you that. I was like, this guy's been here all day.
Dang.
But yeah, that was what I was doing. And then
So you like were with the original Giant Eagle.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's the only job I've had.
This is what, 1996?
No, 2003, 2004.
LeBron James era.
Yeah, I mean, me and him are actually battling to be like the greatest worker at what they do.
Fair enough. That's a solid competition.
I've said from time to time, it's like, God damn it, why did I have to graduate the same year as LeBron James? Like, you automatically aren't going to be the most famous person.
Did you get to watch him play in high school?
I don't know, but I did. But what I say is, who will make the Hall of Fame first? Like, I don't know if I'm going to make the Grocery Hall of Fame.
I mean, you have a 0-0 bagging record at the bagging competition, so I feel like that's the only way you can get.
Well, I had a good record on horse racing at this. I went there one year, and they're like, "Oh, how do you pick all the horses there?" I know horse.
I know horse.
I guess you can. It sounds better when you say it plural because
I know horses.
Well, I liked it when you said I know horse. Sis, because it makes me sound like I know a lot of women that I've spent a lot of money on. But it's here and there. Don't be as.
I don't know how to top that. I mean, you know horses, so. Horses.
Sis.
Horse. So, yeah, you have been at Giant Eagle for like your whole life almost.
Yeah. Oh, well, my whole life. I mean, it takes a giant to make like simple Giant Eagle. And then it's like, well, I didn't come up with that. That was their slogan. I tell you this, I hadn't been in a grocery store for years. And everybody like, what do you mean? It's like, I've been in Kishman's and Giant Eagle. And so when I go into a place like you took me today, I'm not really in that many stores because I'm not a whore. I don't shop myself like that.
You just won't shop. You don't shop.
No,
that's good loyalty. That's good loyalty. So you did. Sorry, so we'll talk about. So you were lucky enough to see LeBron in high school. It was like coinciding like big events. With
I didn't see him at the field house.
Okay.
I didn't. I didn't get to see him in the Kobe games or the Shaq games. You know, when like Shaq's like, "Oh, I went to the field house and I put in." You know, I never did that.
Okay.
But I was lucky enough to see him in a state championship game against Canton South. I
was at that game too.
Well, okay. I don't know.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I was at that same game. Sorry, it's not cool now. That was
you were asking me the games, and then I went to the All-American game at Gund Arena when he played there. And I don't think people knew what they were seeing at the time. And even at the time that when he was, I don't think anybody respected what they seen. And I think they bring him down because he's been good for so long. We're talking about a guy who's been good his whole life.
Right.
Not a grocery guy like me. Oh, you've been good at groceries for
your whole life, the same amount of time.
But
think about it, you both got out of high school.
The guy's been good at basketball, and he's accomplished every single thing that you can do in a basketball career,
including holding off a 46-point choke job.
Well,
and getting the game winner over South
I'll
Sudan.
say this about that last night. You were like, he made the game winner. I was like, oh, there's still 8 seconds left. And you were like, who's going to do it? I was like, oh, LeBron won't put it in his hands, but he did.
He did.
And that just, and maybe it's a thing. Everybody will make a joke about it, but I'm going to tell you, and you can look at my eyes and some of you won't hear it, but you better hear it. LeBron James, best basketball player of all time.
And here's why I'm going to hype that up even more, is because I truly feel like that's why he ended up taking the game winner last night, was because I don't think anyone else really wanted that pressure. If I miss this and I'm the reason we lose to South Sudan, but LeBron's just like, whatever.
I mean, I was waiting for Caitlin Clark to come out and make the game winner, but
she's not allowed to be on Olympic teams.
Oh,
apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Her and Jaylen Brown, they should start their own Olympic team.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're at Giant Eagle. All right, where are we at now? So we're at Giant Eagle. Dropped out of college. When did we meet Jenna? Jenna is Andy's girlfriend.
Beer pong.
Love at first throw.
Huh? Oh, definitely. Or
love at first rookie cup.
But that does go through being at Giant Eagle. So I knew some girls from Minerva, and they started working at Giant Eagle, and some stuff in my life started freeing up, and I started throwing parties, and I know these girls, and I'm like, hey, start bringing some girls over to my parties. We gotta get some the J there. And first party I have, they bring Jen over. Oh, we throw pong. We throw beer pong. I think we went like 11-0. It was an all-timer.
Nice.
All-timer performance. We'd never won a game since. It was like a joke through all our times. Here's the thing.
That's funny.
I played this game with her. She told her friend, hey, make sure this guy has my number. And I was like, I don't really want to know. I'm not really trying to deal with this. Then I get her number, and I was like, and then it was my 26th birthday party. I was like, oh, I'm throwing this Justin Bieber 26th birthday party. This is a joke thing. And we're still working on flip-flops at this point, too. And we're like trying to make pictures. I was like, Kyle, come to my 26th birthday party. And she comes. I'm talking to my sister. Jenna comes in the door. She wants to start making out with me because she thinks that I'm trying to pick my sister. She's like, I seen him talking to this other girl. It was my sister.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then I get her in the bedroom and she's like, I'm a beer. It's like, Jesus. This happens every time.
Hey, at least it wasn't your sister.
Well,
that's a funny story. Okay. And here you guys are now, making family vacations down to Georgia, all doing all the fun things, getting stuck straight into airports together. Look at that.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Tough trip down there.
She doesn't talk anymore.
Well, she slept till she either.
I know.
The past 24 hours.
It's like you don't get mad till she snores.
It's like the past 24 hours, all she's done. She slept and she got the hiccups.
Didn't know I lived on a farm.
Old McDonald in there. We did get a good bit of sports in this weekend, though. We did get a lot of chill out with watch most of the golf tournament. I don't know how much you caught Thursday. I knew Friday you pretty much missed all of it because it was during peak travel time for you. But we did see some good golf the past 2 days. And Andy's got to take a bathroom break, so we will We will take a short break and hear a word from our sponsors.
Oh, we still have them? No. Son of a donkey.
I can't pause live, so you might be on it. Hey, hold on. This might be funny though. Are you watching it? I didn't see how many viewers on there.
Mm-hmm.
You think this is hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any more questions. What do you want to know? Huh? No, this is about him. But this is the Andy Scott show.
I know, I saw that.
But what do you want to know? Give me something good. Okay. I'll say we have a question from the audience. We're still live. This whatever. You look cute on live though. Love you. Hey, this whiskey's really good also. This whiskey's really good also.
Okay. Yeah.
So while we wait on Andy, in case anyone wanted any other sports news today, Scotty Scheffler did win the Open Championship. Pretty solid round coming back. Andy is coming back from the bathroom, I believe. I think we had Kyle Larson win the NASCAR race today. We watched that. And see, here's the thing. There is no one else on that team that wants to take the shot. So I am surprised LeBron took it, but at the same time, no one else was going to take it. So we'll step aside and wait on Andy to come back.
Fire cigars.
Huh?
How's it going?
Well, Andy's back. It's going good. We're just getting the camera refocused. I had to catch him up on some sports, since we do that sometimes. Talk about who won the NASCAR race, Scotty Scheffler. But like I said, we did get to watch some good sports today or this weekend.
Scotty Scheffler won the NASCAR race.
Xander Schauffele.
Won the NASCAR race?
No, shut up. He won the golf. I said we watched the NASCAR race.
Oh.
But yeah, that was a good a very impressive day from Scheffler or Schauffele, not Scheffler.
Yeah, he's 600. 600.
He was 9 under
for the tournament.
Oh yeah,
I think he was 600 for the round.
Shot 65 today.
Yeah,
his best round of the weekend.
It was his big hit.
I forgot to press the record button, so now we're back recording because I forgot to press record back. So
my best stuff we missed.
They missed on me mixing up Scotty Scheffler and Xander Schauffele, so that's a plus. So yeah, we got some good sports in. We do have a question from the audience.
Who's the audience?
They wanted to ask a question to you.
All right.
They want to know, now that we know the Andy Scott story and a little bit about you, some background. They want to know what the future is for Andy Scott.
I mean,
take your time. I know.
It's love and hope and believe. Like, always have those things in your mind that anything that you want to happen or believe that can happen.
Are you giving a motivational speech? Or
No. It's just like there's so much stuff that I want to happen, and
so
I see it all the time. Well, no, you can make anything happen that you want to happen.
Kevin Garnett said best, anything is possible.
Yeah, but
to quote
that's weird.
To quote Adidas.
But I'm just saying that as real people that don't have a chance that to win an NBA Finals, that you can do anything that you want to do if you put your mind to it. But there's also things that you want to happen, and it can happen, and you can believe and be happy. And I know you're laughing at me right now, but
you're not answering the question.
What do you mean?
You're giving basically telling people like the sun will come out tomorrow. Like you can be anything you want to be. What does Andy want to be?
I just want to be there for it in the moments.
Fair enough. All right. So you have.
I don't.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do we see Andy Scott?
I mean, maybe here. Maybe here.
What do you?
I mean, I might be here in 10 years answering the same question. And then I'll be like, oh, I told you I was going to be here.
Well, everything you just said before about going out and doing what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
You want to be here in 10 years?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we did say we were going to make this annual, so.
All right.
It could be.
All right. Well, I'm going to be here 10 times.
All right. I think that was an answer. So it was something.
I didn't hear Garrett say anything.
This isn't about me.
Oh,
I mean, you got to take it up with the audience members if you don't like the questions. You said to ask me the hard-hitting stuff.
Was that hard-hitting?
I don't know.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it.
You didn't answer it.
No. You didn't get deep inside me on that.
Asking you about your future? I don't know. Like, where do you see yourself? Okay. Oh, all right.
In the mirror.
Jesus Christ. So stand-up comedy is in the future. How have you not tried that yet?
They were like, you actually have to stand up. Stop drinking so much. Why are you sitting down?
For real, you've never wanted to go to an open mic?
Oh, definitely.
Your work could be amazing. You're your crowd work.
Well, Matt Rice.
You could have been him before him for sure.
He's
you
better.
Got 20 years on him.
Yeah, but he's better looking. And like you said, he's got 20 years on me.
Well, I'm saying you could have had 20 years on him.
I guess I started too late.
I mean, you still could have been like the Justin Timberlake to Justin Bieber.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
So
let me tell you a joke. Why?
How has this weekend been? As far as the stuff you wanted to bet on, would have bet on if you were in Ohio, would that have played out well for you this weekend, or was it just a good thing that you couldn't bet because we live in the deep South and you can't bet here? But go play that Georgia lottery, everyone.
No. Try to bet.
You did. That was hilarious.
The biggest bets.
Sorry. That was.
I tried to do bets. And then at the same time, I was trying to do bets. So
I never thought
let's hear this out.
Roundabout to try to place 2 bets.
So apparently in Ohio, you can make bets. Poorest state ever. Hey, let's make people poor.
Yeah.
Spend all your money. In Georgia, where people actually might be rich, the beach state.
I know where you're going with this, but also at the same time, everything's already so damn expensive.
Oh, I know.
You won't be able to afford anything.
I thought my tip was a little expensive because
you make your own tip. That's how that works.
Oh,
no one's forcing.
I thought that was the medicine that I take.
Tip? What are you talking about?
I take medicine. It makes my dick bigger. And it makes the tip bigger. I'm old.
Oh, look at that steel.
You put that on your face like you might want to get a little piece of that.
I'm just debating the future. I'm thinking.
You're debating if you wanted me to come on your face?
I'm debating the future of this podcast and the 10-year plan for it right now.
Oh, don't. I'll be in diapers by then. I'll be shitting myself. Hey, I might be taking myself out of presidential debates because I'm in diapers.
Like Biden. Oh, yeah, true. But what tip are you talking about? Your tips? Never mind.
The one that's in your mouth right now. Look how close it is.
I thought we were
talking into it. Oh my god!
When we go out to
oh my god!
Talk about how much we spent.
I'm spent. Haven't been spent like this for a long time.
Another audience member told us for you to check your phone, so we need you to do that while you're on air.
Oh god!
Because we're gonna wrap this up here soon. We're coming on an hour with the pause break.
Oh my god! I got my. I have a Simone Biles wear on.
You have what? What'd you just say?
Oh.
Are you? Next question. Are you in trouble?
No, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Monopoly? Board games.
What are you talking about?
Twister? I thought we were naming board games.
No, I'm trying to figure out if you're in trouble or not.
No.
Tell her she can come down here and say something on the podcast. Even though she's listening.
Ask Eric questions.
This isn't about me. This is the Andy Truman Show.
Oh.
What? I've seen that movie, The Truman Show.
Oh, no, you haven't.
Yes, I have. It's one of my favorite movies.
You never seen movies.
I've seen. Yes, I have. I saw that one. We are basically out.
All right, here. Let's ask Garrett a question.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the chat wants to know how many pussies, cats, has walked up on the porch since you've been in Georgia.
There you go, Jenna. There's your question. One, I think. On this porch, I try to hit the neighbor's cat sometimes.
He hits the pussy. He hits the pussy. Let's go.
After that doorway fiasco I told you about the other week about trying to get that package, I did intentionally kind of speed up towards the cat down the road. Am I a bad person for that?
Well, when the doorway gets moist and the package comes, sometimes you have.
All right, it's time to end this. We are getting way too long anyway, so.
I know. That's how he speaks about me.
No, we put that special sign in the bathroom for you. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Which one?
The one over the toilet.
What?
It's just for you.
What?
The sign that's over the toilet in the guest bathroom. You haven't read it yet?
No.
All right, as soon as we get done.
I haven't gone to the bathroom in days.
You just got up to go. Like, we had to pause the podcast.
Oh, I didn't see it. I can't read.
All right, well, when you get off, you can go read it. We put it up just for you. It was Gavin's idea. All right, we're going to end this podcast because this is clearly off the rails. This is what happens when we take audience questions. So, yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the Andy show. We'll say goodbye to Andy for now. Maybe we can get him back down here. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to come back down. We'll work on that.
Never.
His agent might have something to say about this.
Never.
And we'll say.
I'm the agent.
Okay, Arnold. And that's why we're done for the night. So we'll be back. We're going to get back on a little bit of schedule here, getting close to the football. We got to start our football previews when you get back to Ohio. We got to start getting ready for that. It's time.
I'll be lucky if I make it back.
Especially once August hits, like August 1st, like we got to get back going. So football episode's coming soon. We might do sprinkle a little bit of Olympics in soon too. We'll see.
I'm a swimmer.
Okay. And we're out.
I made it.
Let's ride.